See, this is the problem. Most of the time, I still have no idea what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying. So I've been wanting to make a video like this for quite some time now. I do have people that come into chat and they ask me for streaming tips because I'm a smaller streamer, but I still am growing a community. So I'm someone that they can talk to and interact with them a little bit more than, say, a bigger streamer who maybe can't read chat because it's just so far down, or there's so many chats coming in all at once. So I wanted to make this video so that I can go a lot more in depth and give them basically my thought process, how I started streaming, what I did with the streaming, and then what I suggest you would do if you're starting to stream or if you're struggling to grow your channel. Before I jump into this streaming tips video, I did want to just give a little bit of background about myself. My name is Tipsy B, or my real name is Brooke. If you know me from Twitch, it's likely because I stream Rocket League a lot. That is my main game. If you've never been here before, I started streaming in June of 2018. I just recently made the switch to full-time stream back in June after I lost my job. Blessing in disguise is what I like to say because it changed my life. By becoming a full-time streamer, I was able to interact with my community even more, give back to them a lot more, and just be more involved. So the first thing I'm going to say that you need to do is set up your panels. Your panels are a huge part of your brand. It allows your viewers to go look at something and get an idea about who you are. And when I say set up your panels, I don't mean putting the donation link. Putting the donation link, if that's the only thing in your panels, people are going to assume that the only reason you started streaming is to make money. And if that's what you're doing, if you're only streaming because you think you can make money from it, streaming might not be for you. You can make money from streaming, absolutely, but it's not what your thought process should be going into it. If you think I'm going to make money so quick because I start streaming, you're going to be very disappointed. And I just want to make sure that whoever watches this, that you understand that that's not what's going to happen. So setting up your panels, set up an about me, something that says a little bit about yourself. If you decide to tell people what your real name is, you can put your real name in there. If you want them to know what your age is, you can put your age in there, but you don't have to do those things. But set up an about me that gives them a little bit of background about you so that they know who they're talking to and they can get a little bit of an idea about who you are. That's one of the biggest things I think people overlook. So about me, a schedule within your panels. You can put a donation thing in there, but if that's the only thing that's in there, people will probably leave. I've had a few people that ask me to follow them because I have a redeem follow option within my stream. So if I go to their channel and all I see in their panels is the donation button, that's not good. That's not a good look. I wouldn't recommend you do that. You don't even have to put one in there. If you don't want to make money from streaming, you don't have to. But you can put a donation link in there, but make sure you have everything else in there as well. So in mine, I have an about me. I have the commands that you can do throughout my channel. I have my Twitter, my Instagram. I need to add my Discord. I have a donation one in there where I shout out people who have done exceptional things that I want to make sure that they get the recognition they deserve. So setting up your panels is going to be huge, and I'll put a screenshot of my panels right there. And then the next thing I'm going to say that you do or need to do is setting up your alerts. So your alerts are things that people say they follow you, they sub to you, they donate to you, they give you bits. It pops up on the screen and it allows them to see their name on there so they get some kind of recognition and you can see what's going on as well. And everyone in your chat knows what happens. They feel like, wow, that's so cool. Like, that's so nice of them. So a follow alert may look something like this. Ta-da! So this is my own personal follow alert that I made. At set up your alert, the follow alert is what people will first do, and when they see their name on the screen, you know that you can thank them, and then they're happy that they had something pop up on the screen. So something that they can change. When you get a subscribe button, if you become an affiliate, you can set up your subscription alerts. It may look something like this. Keep in mind, I have face masks on, so I'm probably gonna have something weird pop up on my face. But a subscription alert may look something like this. So look, I got little hearts on my face. But your alerts can be a really big part of it. If people like what your alerts look like, they're more than likely to try and get their friends to follow because the alerts are just really cute. Look, I still got hearts on my face. So setting up your alerts can be huge. I'm not going to get into depth about how you can set up your alerts. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but that's something you should look into. There are other videos for that, but that's not the point of this one, is to show you how to set those things up. The next thing I'm going to suggest that you would do is to set up your social medias. So your Twitter, your Instagram, if you want to allow your viewers and subscribers to have Snapchat, you can do that as well. Discord is huge. So if you don't have a Discord channel, I would recommend making one of those. Even if you're the only one in it for a while, you can use it as if other people are there, because then it shows that you're at least putting in the work to try to get something going. So when someone does join your Discord, they'll be like, hey, this person's been active in here, so now I know what to look for. Make sure you set up a Twitter account, whether it be a personal one that you had from before because you already have a following on there maybe, or if you want to start over from scratch. I started over from scratch, and a lot of my friends that were on my other one did switch over to that Twitter, and they interacted with that, and it was really helpful. So use your Twitter account to let your followers know when you're going to be going live, post updates about your life. If you decide to post personal updates, you don't have to do that. You can post your gameplay footage. If you did something cool in a game that you're playing, you can post that in there. Snapchat's really fun. I have a redeem Snapchat on my Twitch for one of my currency redemptions. And one of the wheel spin options for when they do that kind of redemption is send an ugly Snapchat. So to probably like 8 or 9 people that are in my stream, I will send them a really ugly Snapchat just to keep it entertaining. And by ugly, I mean it's pretty dang bad, but it keeps it interesting. When they get that Snapchat, they know someone did a wheel spin. So it's really entertaining for that, so they know exactly what just happened and why they're being sent an ugly Snapchat. It's not just a random one. But so the next thing we're gonna talk about is networking. Networking is huge. And by networking, I don't mean popping into someone's stream and saying, hey, I stream too, can you give me a follow? Or hey, I stream, guys, come watch me. Or I'm streaming right now, I'm live. That's not appropriate. It's really disrespectful to the streamer. People within the community aren't going to want to watch your stream because that's how you decided to promote yourself. That's not fair. That's not okay to do. Make sure that that's not something you're doing if you're trying to network. How I would recommend networking is finding a streamer who you really like the way they interact with people. You really like what it is they're doing, be it they're playing the same game or not. So what I would recommend you do at that point is become involved in their community. And by involved, I don't mean you have to sub to them, you have to gift them subs, you have to give them money, you have to do all these things. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Be involved in their community, chat with their community members, become a part of their Discord, because a lot of streaming Discords will have a self-promotion within their Discord channel. Becoming a part of their community and getting involved with their community will make those people appreciate you a lot more and want to interact with you because they see that you're trying to interact with other people as well in a way that's not self-promotion. The next thing I'm going to suggest is setting up your bot. So whether it be Nightbot, Moobot, I believe it's pronounced Ankbot, Wisebot, whatever it is you're going to use, you want to set that up ahead of time. The bots can send messages for you. So say you have a timer set up for your Twitter. Setting up a timer allows your Twitter to post to chat without you having to do anything else. Then people can see that, and then they can go and follow you on your Twitter if they so choose to. So the bots will be really, really important. So make sure you get those set up. I personally use Nightbot, and I stream with Streamlabs. So I also have the Streamlabs chat bot with my own personal bot in it as well, where I can send my currency. If that's something you're interested in setting up, let me know. I'd be more than happy to try to help you set that up. Another thing I've seen people talk about is saying that you can't play a certain game because there are a lot of people playing it. I don't agree with that at all. If you're playing a game because everyone's playing it and you don't actually enjoy it, but you're expecting to grow on it because there's so many people watching, it's not a very good way to do it. So say you're playing Fortnite because everyone's playing Fortnite. So you think that because everyone's playing Fortnite and there are so many people watching Fortnite that you're going to grow. That's probably not going to happen because there are the top 5, 6, 7 people with 7, 8, 10, 50,000 viewers, whatever it be. And you're going to have, say, when you're just starting out, you're going to be at 0. So you're going to be at the very bottom of the stream channels within that specific gaming category. But that doesn't mean you can't play it. If you're really enjoying the game, then you absolutely should play it. So how I would combat that is I would say message or like reach out to your friends and family and be like, hey, can you pull up my stream and help me out? So a lurk is huge. And so what a lurk is someone having your stream pulled up with the volume on. They may not necessarily be talking, but they have it pulled up as a viewer for you, which bumps you up on the channel list. So lurks actually really help. And if someone's lurking or you have, say, 7 viewers, but there's only 1 person talking, don't call out those lurkers or don't call them out for saying, why is no one talking? Because that's going to scare them away and they're not going to want to interact with you at that point. They're going to think that, you know, it's hard for you to accept that sometimes there's just not someone talking, which happens. So there may be 20 people in chat and 3 people talking. It happens. People lurk. People just like to look and see if they want to stick around. But don't call them out for that. Allow them to lurk. Allow them to sit in the background until they decide that they're ready to interact or they hear a conversation start that they want to be a part of. Which brings me to the next point of your channel interaction. A big part of streaming is sometimes you're going to be talking to just yourself. And it's hard for people to do that. I know it's weird to talk to yourself, but sometimes that's what you have to do. If you want more in-depth looks at people that talk to themselves while playing games, watch any Let's Play game. So I know Markiplier does those, PewDiePie does those. Jacksepticeye, he did the Spyro trilogy when I was really interested in that. So I watched him play almost the entire season, or the entire series that he did of that game. I watched because he was so good at it. He's super entertaining when there's no chat to talk to. So for the most part, Let's Plays do not have a chat unless they stream it and then put it on YouTube. But a lot of the time the Let's Plays are them playing the game, talking to themselves, highlighting or commentating on what it is that they're doing at that particular moment in the game, which is what you may have to do regardless of what game it is that you're playing. So if you're playing Rocket League and you're making a play, talk about what it is that you're doing, why you did that, what led to it. So that's going to be the talking to yourself, which is also another thing. If you are not talking and you're just sitting there, say you're like waiting for a game to start and you're sitting there just messing around on your phone, no one's going to want to watch that. They're not going to watch someone just talking on their phone when they're supposed to be streaming or doing something else where they're trying to interact with people and instead they're messing around on their phone. Or if you're sitting there with your controller in hand, just moving around, no emotion on your face, no talking, just complete silence, that's not going to want to keep someone around. They're going to want to go somewhere else where someone is a little bit more entertaining, interacting, or doing something different than just sitting there with their controller in front of their face, doing nothing else. So if you don't have a webcam, then you are going to need to talk even more. And if you are going to use a webcam, you may want to change up your tone every now and then to make it interesting. So if you do something crazy or someone else does something crazy, you're like, oh my God, that was sick! Adjusting your tone to the way that something is happening, keeping it interesting. So keeping your volume entertaining, your tone entertaining. So this next thing with the webcam is if you are going to use webcam, try to have something in the background that people can be entertained by. So for me, I have lights in the background. And when someone decides to subscribe, I allow them to change the color of the lights. So if they want to change the lights to red, boom, they change the lights to red. And then if they want to change the lights to green, boom, change the lights to green. If they want blue, blue. Purple, purple. Yellow, sort of yellow. It's more like a lime, but you get the point. If someone decides to sub, I allow them to change something about the stream. So that's where these lights come into play, because I want them to change something about the stream whenever they decide to. And by supporting me, I allow them to do that. And it's really nice of them to do that. Or, I have the lights that can make it crazy. So something like this, is what I had when I was listening to a crazy song when I was doing the dance. Doing something different like that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is a stream schedule. Whether you post that in your panels or your Discord or on Twitter, having a stream schedule, whether it changes every week or not, is really important. If you have a schedule that's going to be consistent every week, that may be even better. So you're going to want to post that stream schedule somewhere where it's viewable or visible to the people that want to watch you. So in your panels is a good place to have it. If your schedule is going to be the same, putting it in your panels is great, because then they know exactly when you're going to be live, so they know exactly when they can come back and expect you to be there. It's important to put the time zone as well, because keep in mind, not everyone obviously in the world has the same time zone as you. So if you're starting at 11 a.m., put 11 a.m. CST, because I'm in Central Time, so I put that. So the stream schedule is going to be very, very important. So that way they know exactly when they can come hang out with you. And then if you don't go live and they think like, oh, this person doesn't take it seriously, they're not following the schedule that they put. If there is a change in your stream schedule, putting that within your Discord or your Twitter or your panels is a really important way to let them know that, hey, I'm going to be a little late, but I will be streaming at this time instead. So updating them on your stream schedule is going to be very important, so they know that there's a change of plans. And when you're not live, they know exactly why that is or what changed. One last thing I did want to talk about is your numbers. I've heard a lot of people say your follower count doesn't matter. I don't really think that's fair. I think a follower count is really important. You can use your follower count as, say, a celebration. So if you reach a certain amount of followers and you're really excited about it, you can do some kind of celebration like a longer stream, or you can decide to do a giveaway or some other kind of celebration that you can think of at the time that celebrates you reaching a goal that you were trying to get to. So I do think followers are really important. I've seen people say your follower count doesn't mean anything, it doesn't influence partnership. That is true, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that you should be proud of. That doesn't mean it's not something that should be celebrated. Follower goals, though, is at any level of streaming. So say you're at 300 followers, but you really want to get to 500 by the end of a year or the end of the first year, whatever it is, wherever you're streaming at, put that goal on your stream to show people that you're reaching for something, you're striving for something. And if there's some kind of celebration for it, that's even better. As far as the giveaway section goes, you don't have to do giveaways. And if you do decide to do giveaways, make sure you don't do them too often, because if you do a giveaway every single week, that may be the only reason people come into your stream and then they don't stay otherwise. They just wait for you to put giveaway in your title or put giveaway somewhere. They'd be like, okay, I can go back to this stream, I can enter this giveaway, but I don't have to stay around anytime after that. So be mindful when you do giveaways. Don't do them too often. I have been trying to do giveaways once a month. Some of them are subs only giveaways, some of them are open giveaways for anybody, but if you do them too often, then people are going to expect it. And then when you stop doing it, they're going to say, well, I don't want to hang out with this person anymore. They're not giving me anything. It's immature on their part, and then it does hurt you, and then you feel like you did something wrong. So just be mindful of when you do giveaways. I want to sincerely apologize because I feel like I went off on a million different tangents. Not everything flowed together as I wanted it to, but I hope that some of these tips were at least something you guys can consider when you are starting up streaming. Also, be sure that you don't focus on your numbers too much. Follower counts are huge. They are important. They're definitely something you do want to keep in mind. I think they're special. When I reach follower goals, I like to celebrate, give back to the community, but it's not the most important thing. And when I say focus on your numbers, I mean, viewer counts, or, you haven't hit your monthly requirement to get paid out. That's okay. It's going to happen. You're going to have months that are great. You're going to have months that aren't great. But don't take that to heart. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong. Don't take it. Don't feel bad about yourself because you had a bad month. It's not something that you did wrong, but it's just not something to dwell on. Just keep working at it. It is a grind. Streaming takes a lot of time, and it's not going to be something that you can become an overnight sensation. And if you do, that's impressive. Props to you, GG's, because I don't know how you did that. But it's a grind fest, and it does take some time to get there. But just don't be too hell-bent on, say, a month that didn't go the way you wanted it to, because that's going to happen. So keep your head up at all times. Streaming is a grind. If you want to talk to me about some of the things I talked about that maybe weren't great, or you want me to explain a little bit more, if you want help setting up some of your alerts, setting up a chat bot, setting up a currency system, I would love to help you out. The best way to do that is to probably join my Discord and send me a message on Discord. I'm constantly checking my Discord messages and trying to interact with people as best I can.